Welcome to Master of Puppies. My name is Will, head trainer of Master of Puppies. What we're going to go through today in this video is teaching your dog the progression and the steps to building bite work or toy play with your dog. So let's get into it. All right, so before we start our progression with toy work and bite work, we need to have the right equipment. So the first thing that I have that we take everywhere with us is our tactical daily bag. All right, so this is filled with all the toys, the back ties and ropes and leads and collars and all that sort of stuff that we need to use throughout our training sessions. All right, our old faithful, all right, this is our treat pouch. All right, so I like the little tactical ones. One, it looks cool. All right, the good thing I like about this one is it has a zip, which always holds my clicker, and I obviously wearing my dog whistle around my neck. All right, so whenever I'm finished using my clicker, it goes straight back in there, so I have no excuse for losing it. All right, so this is an old Special Forces military working dog tactical harness. It used to be rated, that's why I have it now, because I don't need it to be rated anymore. So as you can see, it's nice and cool, got some really cool cobra buckles on it, the cool Australian tactical flag, no big deal. So we need this to be able to tie our dog up and control our dogs in certain situations when we are teaching bite work, which I'll talk about soon. As well as our tactical Origin Canine military style lead. From here, a really cool tactical style eBay GoPro mount. All right, all I've done is I've brought a really cheap GoPro mount off eBay and I've just painted it really cool tactical brown and put a couple of cable ties on it because it's really dodgy. That's it. All right, so from here what we've got is our tug toys, or our little bite toys for our dogs. Right, so the little ones for the littler dogs, and then they get into the little, they get bigger as we go on for the bigger dogs. As you can see, they generally like the handles, right? So don't let your dogs bite the handle because they love the handles. Right, so we're going to show you how to use these in a little bit. All right, a favorite of my dog, Dude Daily, check him out on Instagram. Right, he loves the floating kongs. The orange ones are the floating ones. So from my experience, don't buy the other ones and chuck them in the water because they will disappear. Right, now we go on to our bite pillows. Right, these are actually, you can put these on your arm as well, right, like so, but you can also just use them as bite toys like so. So these ones are good in particular for the younger dogs with the softer teeth. Then we go starting to get into the bigger toys, which are more for the adult dogs, which we'll go through soon. Now we're starting to get into the serious side of things with our bite toys again, or our bite pillows with some handles. This one, you can actually put your hand through it again, just like the other one, and you can do arm bites like so. But with these sort of ones, I like to just hold it both sides, and again, we'll go through this in depth soon. All right, so here we have our bite sleeve, pretty self-explanatory, and we'll go through this in a little bit as well. Ooh, now we're getting to the action. This is our bite suits. Right, this is for one of the big boys that we know. As you can see, it's really big on me, probably doesn't fit me, but this is when we start getting to the serious side of bite work with our dogs. All right, and that's generally all we need in the process of starting our bite work and toy play with our dog. So let's get into it. All right, so what we have here is our good old faithful back tie. And this one I actually call a bungee back tie because it has a little bit of a bungee in it. So for you guys that are starting out with teaching your dog toy play or even in the bite world, this is your go-to, this is your starting point, this is your bread and butter, this is where all the action starts and happens from. If you are not doing any of your toy work or bite work on one of these, you need to start doing it because this is, to me, the progression from my experience of how to teach a dog how to bite properly. And obviously working on obedience in the bite as well. So all it is a bit of strong rope attached to a very strong pole, right? So that pole does not fall over because you may have a very, very, very strong dog that's going to pull that bloody pole over. So you need to be aware of that. At the end, we have a little clip I generally recommend, if you're doing some serious bite work, is using one of the screw gate clips so it does not come loose, because this potentially could, the rope could potentially come out of this and then someone might get seriously hurt. All right, so make sure that you have the proper equipment for the work that you're going to be doing. So what I'll do is I'll get my dog and show you how we set this up. I've got my back tie set up on a very strong pole, brought the dog all the way out to the end of the back tie. I'm clipping my dog. It's totally personal preference, there's no right or wrong. On the military style harnesses that I showed you before, I would generally clip to the front, but this Origin Canine harness that I'm using on Dude at the moment, I will clip to the back, like so. So when we're starting this process, it's good to bring your dog all the way out to the end of the lead, like so, just so the rope doesn't go underneath your dog and your coat hanger your dog, because that can seriously hurt and injure your dog. So as you can see, he's all the way at the end of the lead, like so. Now I can start my toy progression with my dog. Obviously, you've got to have a dog that's toy driven for this obviously to work. My dog is super toy driven. As you can see, he's not going to take his eye off this toy because he knows that he's going to get this in a second, right? So again, I can control this situation. I can walk away from him. I can walk around him, okay, and he can't get to me. So I can control this. So when we start getting to the bite work side of things, when we're actually biting people, right, the decoy or the helper can take control of that situation. But all we're doing here, the early stages, is we're using a toy that's high value to my dog, which is this toy right here. Right, so what I'm trying to do here is get my dog a little bit excited and getting him moving around. As you can see, it wasn't too hard. All right, so I'll go through the process and show you how this works. All right, so I'm gonna command him to bite the toy. Yes. All right, I can move him around. I can add pressure on the lead when I need to. I can put a little bow on the lead, and I'll talk about this in a second why. Out. I release my dog from the toy, and then I can control that situation by walking away from the dog. Cool. Okay, so now we're gonna start and teach you the process of what I just did then. So the first thing we're gonna need is we're gonna need obviously our bite toy. We need to have a command to tell our dog that he can bite this from me. My command for that is yes. All right, as soon as I say yes, he is allowed to come up, bite this toy and hold on. All right, so like so, yes. All right, from here, I'm wanting my dog to bite directly in the center of the tug toy. All right, so when you're starting the process of learning how to do this bite work, I would always, as the handler, be holding the handles. Okay, out. If you have your hands too close like this, obviously your dog's going to bite you. So this helps teach targeting in the future. Right, so at the start, at the beginning, hands on the handles. Once your dog gets a little better at this, then we start to bring our hands a lot closer. All right, and we're really working on the dog's targeting of the toy, like so. Yes. All right, as you can see, he hasn't bit me because his targeting is pretty good. Out. All right, so once our dog has bitten the toy, what we're going to do is we're trying to work on his grip. All right, so as soon as he bites it, yes. All right, I can see it's not at the back of his mouth as much as I want it. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step towards the dog. It's gonna put slack on the lead like so, and he's gonna re-bite like so. Like so. All right, so now you can see it's all the way out the back of his mouth. If it starts slipping like so, we're gonna take a step backwards, releasing pressure on the lead. Don't step on your dog. All right, now as you can see, the toy is at the back of the dog's mouth, like so. So every time I want the dog to re-bite, I'm gonna take that step backwards. Any second now. I also pay the dog with a bit of a funny noise as if he's sort of winning with that toy. All right, so to let the dog go, all right, as you can see, I've got the pressure on, so this helps teach the dog to bite down. To teach the dog to let go, I need to take the pressure off the lead like so. Before I can release the dog, my release command is out. Like so. Yes! Adding that pressure, dog's biting down. Step in, out. Dog releases, like so. One more time, yes. adding that pressure. Dog's biting down, checking on his grip. See, as you can see, it's at the front of his mouth. So I'm gonna take that step in. He re-bites at the back of his mouth. Bring him in, release that pressure, out. Finished. So my finished command means no more biting the toy. That's it, game over. Okay, so from here now I have my dog on a tactical lead from Origin Canine. All right, I've taken him off the back tie because I'm starting to progress a little bit more and get him off to that off-lead standard with our bite toy. All right, as you can see, he's in the down at the moment. I'm gonna give him the command to bite the toy, which is our yes. All right, and then he can bite then he can start biting the toy. So I have the lead just in case he obviously runs off. All right, that's pretty much it really. As well as if I do chuck the toy, once he gets it, I can guide him back to me if need be. Especially for your dogs that as soon as you throw the toy, they get it and then they stuff off on you. We want to teach them to come back. And how we do that is we use a lead or a longer lead. All right, so like so, yes. All right, my dog is biting the toy. He's got some good grip there. I'm gonna out him, out. Yes, like so. All right, so I'm about to get him to let go or out the toy. All right, once he outs the toy, I'm gonna chuck it, and my command for that is to get it. All right, so like so, out. Make sure you have your lead before you chuck it. Don't chuck it too far because you're gonna coat hang yourself. Get it. Good boy. As you can see, he brings it back. If he didn't, I can use the lead to my advantage to guide the dog back to me. Out. Get it. Good boy. Oh, good boy. One more time. Out. Get it. Good boy. Good boy. Out. Finished. All right, so now we are at the standard that our dog can be off lead. Our dog does know these commands. So if the dog's doing well on the back tie, doing well on the short lead, then a long lead, then we can start to progress to our dog off lead. So what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to command the dog with the YES to come bite the toy. I'm going to out the dog and then go through that process as well as get it and getting the dog to come back to me. All right, so like so. Yes. Good boy. Out. Yes. Good boy. Out. Down. Get it. Good boy. Out. Down. Get it. Good boy. Good boy. Out. Finished. Like so. Yes. Out. Yes. Out. Yes. Out. Down. All right, so that is the progression of using toys and teaching your dog toy play, as well as the starting process of teaching your dog bite work. If you want to know any more, ask some questions below in the comments or contact us via our socials. That is it for our training session today, and we'll progress to more with the other items of our bite work.